Yo, what's good with y'all? Welcome to another episode of TEQCopsKicks. My name is Technic G. Today we have another fresh sneaker unboxing / review video for y'all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Today we're taking a look at the Nike SB Air Force 1 in the Light Orewood Brown and Foam Pink colorway. This pair released April 2026 and retailed for $120. This is actually the first Nike SB Air Force 1 in history. And the first thing that I want to say is Nike. What took so long to create this beautiful shoe? What excites me most about this collaboration is Nike didn't just throw a SB logo on an Air Force 1 and call it a day. They truly redesigned the shoe to be a better fit for skateboarding. Off top, this colorway is smooth. You've got light Orewood brown suede across the upper, a creamy white midsole, a gum outsole, and those small pink foam hits on the back. The pink is subtle, so it doesn't completely take over the shoe. It just gives the pair a little bit of personality. But honestly, the light Orewood brown is the part I like most. That color gives the shoe a soft, neutral look, and when you pair it with the gum bottom, it has that old skate shop feel to it. It's not a loud colorway, but it does have some character. The Air Force 1 started as a basketball shoe, but over time, it became way bigger than basketball. It crossed over into streetwear, music, fashion, sneaker culture, and everyday life. It's one of those sneakers that almost everybody knows, even people who aren't really into shoes like that. So when Nike SB touches a shoe like this, they have to be careful. You can't change it so much that it stops feeling like an Air Force 1, but you also can't just put an SB on the box and act like that makes it a real skate shoe. There has to be a balance. The regular Air Force 1 is iconic, but let's be honest, it was never really built for skating. It sits kind of high, it can feel bulky underfoot, and that regular leather upper is known for creasing hard once you actually start wearing it. So with this SB version, Nike had to make changes that actually matter. They had to lower the shoe a little bit, improve the board feel, add more lockdown, and use materials that make more sense for skating. Starting with the upper, this pair uses premium suede and light Orewood brown. That suede is really the first thing that stands out, and it gives the shoe a soft, neutral look, and it makes the pair feel more premium than a basic leather Air Force 1. A normal Air Force 1 usually has that coated leather upper, and that coating is part of why Air Force 1s crease the way they do. You wear them a few times, and that toe box can start looking cooked pretty fast. With this pair being suede, it should crease softer, grip better, and make more sense as a skate shoe. It also gives the sneaker a more relaxed look compared to a regular leather Air Force 1. The swoosh is done in that same light Orewood brown tone, so it blends into the upper instead of standing out. I like that choice because it keeps the shoe calm and lets the suede do more of the talking. From the side, you still get that classic Air Force 1 shape. Even with the SB changes, you can still tell exactly what shoe this is. Around the back, you get that pink foam hit on the heel tab with the Nike SB Air branding. That's really the main spot where the color pops. The tongue is one of the spots where you really start to see the SB influence. It has that thicker padded look, and it gives the shoe more of a skate shoe feel. You also get round laces instead of the regular flat Air Force 1 laces, which gives the shoe a little more of that skate-inspired feel. The midsole is a creamy white color, which works well with the upper. It still keeps that Air Force 1 identity, including the air hit on the side. Then underneath, you've got that gum light brown outsole, and to me, gum bottoms and skate shoes just go together. On this pair, it really completes the look. From a distance, most people might just see an Air Force 1 low, but Nike SB changed a lot of the details that affect how the shoe actually feels. You get a thicker padded tongue, more padding around the collar, internal straps, fit pods around the collar lining, a revised toe shape, and reinforced stitch turn seams. All of that is there to help with comfort, lockdown, durability, and board control. The biggest difference seems to be underfoot. A regular Air Force One gives you more of that thick, cushioned Air Force One feel. This SB version sits lower, especially in the forefoot, so you get better board feel and more connection under your foot. But that also means you lose some of that classic Air Force One cushion. So if you want that pure casual comfort, a regular Air Force One might still feel better. But if you want something built more for skating, the SB version makes more sense. The outsole was updated too, but I'll keep it honest. It should be durable, but because the rubber is on the harder side, it might not be the grippiest skate shoe right out of the box. So if you're actually trying to skate these, that's something to keep in mind. For sizing, this pair is true to size. Normal Air Force Ones usually run big, and a lot of people go down half a size in regular Air Force Ones. But with this new SB Air Force One, because of the extra padding, thicker tongue, internal straps, and more secure fit, I would stay true to size. For me, I like this pair because it actually has a reason to exist. Nike releases a lot of Air Force Ones. Some are dope, some are basic, and some feel like they're just there. But this one has a real concept behind it. It's an Air Force One filtered through Nike SB. And after learning more about how Nike changed the fit, padding, toe shape, tooling, and underfoot feel, I respect it way more. That makes this feel like a real Nike SB project. Now, as far as the colorway, I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of the pink foam hit on the back. I love that Light Orewood Brown, the suede, the neutral tone, the gum bottom, all of that works. But for the first Nike SB Air Force One, I do feel like Nike could have dropped something a little stronger. Not necessarily louder, but just something that felt more like a statement for the first release. The pink isn't terrible, and it doesn't ruin the shoe for me. I just don't know if that would have been my first choice for the debut colorway. For $120, I still think this price makes sense. You're getting suede, SB upgrades, a classic silhouette, and a new chapter in the Air Force One story. I'm not saying everyone needs this pair, but if you like Nike history, skate-inspired sneakers, or you just want an Air Force One that feels different from the usual pairs, this one is worth paying attention to. Overall, I think this is a solid release. The colorway isn't my favorite choice for the first Nike SB Air Force One, but I respect what Nike did with the actual build. You still know exactly what shoe this is, but it has enough changes to make it feel fresh. That's the right way to rework a classic. This was actually kind of difficult to get. I took an L on the sneakers app, kept hitting up different skate shops online. They kept selling out pretty quick, especially in the size 12. Yeah, I didn't know, man. I thought I was going to end up not being able to get this pair. I didn't need it enough to pay resale or anything. But in the end, 303 boards up in Denver came through for me. I seen they posted it. Doesn't seem like, a lot of people in Denver went to go hit them up to get a pair. So they threw them online and boom, grabbed me a pair. And I'm glad I did, because it's dope. And, it's just a part of history. They've made more Air Force Ones in different colorways than literally any other Nike shoe in history. So for them to finally make an SB, it just makes sense. And it was definitely something I had to have. I'm a pretty big Air Force One guy. Not the biggest, but I think they're dope. And yeah, that's really all I got to say about this pair. It's dope. I'm glad to have it in my collection. And yeah, it's pretty comfortable. I can't wait to see what other colorways they got coming. I definitely want that triple black pair. I think they released that, exclusively at Supreme a couple weeks ago. I'm not exactly sure. I seen that they had like a navy colorway is coming out as well. Definitely gonna try to cop that. But yo, I need that triple black colorway for sure. But anyway, yep, this is a solid release, and I like it a lot. Thanks for watching episode 29 of TEQCopsKicks. My name is Technic G. Make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about today's sneaker. You can also follow me on Instagram, X, Threads, and Facebook. Make sure you check out my official website at TEQCopsKicks.com. Keep copping them kicks, y'all. Stay true to yourself. Wear what you like to wear and do what you like to do. Much love. Peace.